So, okay, I'm just going to put some makeup on and talk to you about some current events which have been unfolding. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's actually quite disturbing to be alive at this point of history. But I'm sure you all heard about what's happening or what happened in Russia. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you a lot of new information. You're probably aware of many of the things that are happening. And I don't know much. I just hear a little bit from some comrades from Russia who are currently in Russia. And so this Wagner group, which I'm going to call in Russian, so ЧБК Wagner, those guys were attempting a coup. And that's not what they called it, though. They called it a March of Justice. So, and my phone decided to slide down a little. So yeah, and they were... the person who is in charge, who's the boss, he is a very, very rich billionaire who owns a lot, and he has been the head of this mercenary group. I don't know how to pronounce this word correctly, so you'll have to tell me. You'll probably have to educate me on a lot of the little details because I am not as aware. And he was unhappy about some of the decisions that the military commander made, apparently. So he was on his way to tell President Putin about the betrayal and all the wrongs that were happening during some of the operations that his mercenary, again, I don't know how to pronounce anything, group was undertaking in Ukraine. And he wanted to shed some light on the injustices. And I'm sorry, my phone just keeps sliding down. Just like we all do, we're just sliding down into insanity, don't we? So yeah, basically, it's just an attempt of some insane rich person to make things right during this terrible, horrible, no good invasion, which we already talked about a year ago, and you probably, again, know more about it than I do because I don't really keep up with the news. I know that the proletarian people of Ukraine have been suffering, and I'm always going to be in solidarity with the working class people. But the interests of this conflict have never aligned with the working class. So yeah, I'm not going to pick a side. I'm not going to say that they were in the wrong on one side or the other. Like the everyday people, the proletarians, like you and I, they have no interest whatsoever in any kind of conflicts like this. And of course, Russia was the invader, and it was illegal to say so in Russia, at least. And I am hoping that I'm exempt because I'm not in Russia. So, and so this guy, Prigozhin, he was just marching to Moscow, and Putin announced that it was an attempt at a coup. He started a case against them, and they asked them to stop, and they didn't. They kept marching. They took control over a few major towns and cities on the way, but they didn't see any resistance from the local people. And can you just imagine, like, there were some videos of people just like marching on the streets, like this military mercenaries just marching through towns or just walking through towns in full gear, carrying and everything, and people are just like oblivious, like, what's happening? Why are you guys just like marching or walking through town like this? And again, I didn't see a lot of those videos. I would just see like glimpses here and there. I honestly didn't really want to watch any of those because it's already insane enough. So yeah, and then and again, you might have more information than I do because it's just so insane to me. My mind is just all scrambled when I see this information. I can't believe my freaking eyes. But apparently, the president of Belarus, Lukashenko, he was the one who helped resolve the conflict. And in my mind, it's like, like, what is happening? Like, how is that even possible that the president of Belarus was able to speak some sense into these people? And, well, supposedly he was able to resolve the conflict somehow, and now they're looking at, they're negotiating the conditions of whatever it is they wanted. Like, they are going to restore the justice somehow, which is crazy to me. Like, it just goes to show that people in power who think they're in power, who hold all the means of production hostage, they're completely out of their freaking mind. They do have their kind of shady business, and of course they're not like dumb. I'm not saying that they're like dumber than everyone else. I mean, in some regards they probably are, but they're they're not stupid in some regards, but their logic is completely out of reach for most of us because we don't know much of what's happening behind the scenes. They have their own conflicts, they have their own stuff to share. So yeah, so some of the comrades here were making some analogies about how, predators argue over territory and how possibly this is what was happening. But yes, it's not now I don't think they've clarified, but it is not a problem anymore. The coup attempt has been resolved peacefully, and nothing apparently is going to become of it. And I was just looking for my little brush to just put some glitter on my face because I don't know what else to do in this crazy world we live in, but just to put on glitter and hope I survive another day. But yeah, the insanity of the situation just goes to show that we cannot trust anyone but ourselves to help us solve our problems, and this is why we need to organize. And I know that this is the thing that everybody in the leftist circles is saying, but we don't often talk about the tangible hows and the little things. So this is what I'm going to probably start doing a little bit more of, because I do have a little bit of experience now organizing and doing something together with like-minded people. And my husband is also taking a course on organizing with some Russian comrades. And yeah, I will probably start sharing some of the little tips. And those kind of tips, they're not going to be anything outrageous. Most of them will be kind of common sense, like talking to people in close proximity to you about your common shared goals and about your common shared struggles. This is a good first step, and it doesn't have to be, you having like a bunker of supplies together. It's just having, maybe some basic necessities that you may want to share. Maybe you can talk about safety and some of the little actions you can do to make sure that, for example, if there's some shutdowns, power shutdowns, or food shortages, perhaps, maybe you can have a little bit of a backup together. And again, I'm not trying to tell you that I'm preparing for doomsday, because even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to prepare for doomsday. It's not something that is easy to prepare for, and my phone just keeps sliding down, so never mind that. But yeah, this is just a couple of little random things I wanted to share today, and it's crazy, the world we live in, and it's going to continue being crazy. So what we can do is get together with like-minded people and try our best to help each other right now to build these trusting relationships. So when shit hits the fan, at least we have people we can rely on and talk to, and maybe get something, some supplies together and share. And yeah, but we can also learn theory and learn how to organize better together, and that's what I'm going to advocate for, and this is what I'm going to personally do. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you have a good day without all the insanity that's going on affecting you, and yeah, I'll talk to you later.